Hello students. Children, we have done note making in reading section. We have taken a few topics in writing section also. So today we will begin with the grammar part. In grammar, you have various topics like determiners, tenses, clauses, modals, editing omission, active passive voice, direct indirect narration. But today I'll start with tenses. So let's move on and learn the tenses. So let's begin with the first topic in grammar, that is tenses. Now what is tense? Well, tense is defined as the form of verb that gives the relation between time and action. Time, that is the duration of work, and action is the work done. So what does tense gives us? It gives us the time when the action is done. Here I have taken 3 examples. Read them carefully. First is he writes a letter. Second, he wrote a letter. And third is he will write a letter. So in sentence 1, the verb writes, it refers to the present time. In sentence 2, the verb is wrote, which refers to the past time. And in sentence 3, the verb will write refers to the future time. We can observe here that each sentence given has a different meaning. The reason is that each sentence has a different form of verb, and these different form of verbs are called tenses. Here it is very clearly depicted that the time of an action or the state of being when it is done. Now we move on to classification of tenses. As you all know, there are 3 tenses: present tense, past tense and future tense. Now each tense has 4 forms. First, indefinite or simple. Second, continuous. Third, perfect. And fourth, perfect continuous. And we are going to study each tense with all its 4 forms in detail. So we begin with present tense. The first form is simple present tense or indefinite tense. Now how this tense is used? It is used in the following ways. First, to express habitual action, habit or custom. Like, I watch television on Sunday. This is a habit of a person. I go to school at 8 a.m. This is a habit. Then, to express general or universal truth. It cannot be denied. So, earth revolves around the sun. We cannot change it. It is a universal truth. Honesty is the best policy. This is also a universal truth. So, we use simple present tense or indefinite tense. Then, to express future planned actions, the school reopens next week. Another example is we leave for Delhi today. Now, the fourth point is to introduce quotations with the verb says. It is all simple present tense. Keats says, a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Because it is a quotation, we cannot change the tense. Shakespeare says, all the world is a stage. Then, to express a past event in a dramatic manner. Alexander asks Porus what he wants. Or Hitler wishes to rule the world but meets the defeat. These all are past event, but here we are expressing them in a dramatic manner. The next is exclamatory sentences that begin with here or there. Example, here you go, there he goes. All these are used in simple present tense. The next we have time clauses and conditional clauses in place of simple future. If you do not earn money, you will not buy the house. Here, a time clause and a conditional clause is placed over here. If you do not earn money, that means if a person will not earn money, in future he will not be able to buy the house. Same way, the next example, if you do not work hard, that means in present time, if the person will not work hard, in future, he will fail. So the sentence says, if you do not work hard, you will fail. Now, we have some rules that we need to follow while writing the sentences. Rules for affirmative sentences. Singular subject, if your subject is in singular form, then it will be followed by the first form of verb plus s or es will be added in verb plus the object. In another one, it is plural subject. If the subject is plural, then first form of verb will be used, but we will not add s or es in it, and we will write the object. I am giving you one or two examples. Like in singular subject, we can take she cooks food in the evening. Here verb is cooks, main verb is cook. So we have add s over here, cooks, because the subject is singular. Then they play cricket in the ground. Here the subject is plural, they. Then we have used the verb play. Here we are not using s or es along with the verb. Then comes rules for negative sentences. Singular subject, if your subject is singular, then does not plus first form of verb plus object. Example, I am giving you, I have not written over here, but I am explaining you. Reena does not watch television. So here the subject is singular and we have used does not with first form of verb. If your subject is plural, so here we can write we do not smoke. In plural, we will not use does, we will use do. Rules for interrogative sentences. We'll start with do or does, then subject, and it will be followed by first form of verb and object. Example, do you play cricket or does she wash clothes? Another type of writing an interrogative sentence is question word. It will begin with a question word. It could be why, what, whom, plus do or does, then subject and first form of verb followed by object. For example, whom do you teach? Whose book do you read? Which subject does Garima not want to read? And so on. Here, the sentence is beginning with a question word followed by do or does and then subject, first form of verb and object. Next form is present continuous tense. So this tense is used in what ways? Let us see. First, to express an action that is happening. See, from the word continuous we can make out that something which is going on. So it will be easy for us to understand. So the first way is to express an action that is happening. She is playing tennis. That means the girl is playing at that particular time. It is raining. So the action is happening. Next is to express an action in progress, but not necessarily at the time of speaking. Likewise, I am telling you something right now, but it doesn't mean that that action is in progress at that particular time. She is working in an MNC. That means a girl is working in an MNC, but it is not necessary that she is working over there at that particular time, which means she might have come back from her work. Next is he is reading Thomas Hardy these days. That means this boy or a boy is reading the book. He is in continuation, he is reading the book. That doesn't mean that the whole day and night the boy is reading the book. Third way is to express a planned action in the near future. The wedding is going to take place on Sunday. I am going to attend the class tomorrow. The fourth way is persistent and undesirable habits, especially with adverbs like always, continually, constantly, etc. For example, he is always loitering around. This is a habit of a person, but it is not a good habit. It is not a desirable habit. Now we move on to the rules for writing the different types of sentences in present continuous tense. So rules for affirmative sentences. If your subject is singular, then singular subject plus is or am plus first form of verb, and we will add ing in that form of verb plus object. For example, I am playing a game. So play is the first form of verb and we have added ing to it. Then if your subject is plural, then are plus first form of verb plus ing and then followed by object. For example, we are going to Shimla. If your subject is I, then it could be I am plus first form of verb plus ing plus object. Now what is the rule for negative sentence? Singular subject plus is not. Not will be added over here plus first form of verb plus added plus ing plus object. If your subject is plural, then with are we will add not, first form of verb, adding ing to it followed by object. If your subject is I, pronoun I, then along with am we will use not plus first form of verb plus ing followed by object. Rules for interrogative sentences: is or am or are plus subject plus verb first form plus ing and followed by object. For example, is Reena cooking the food? Or it could be, are you not writing a letter? Another way of writing interrogative sentences, beginning with question word followed by is or am plus subject plus first form of verb adding ing to it and object. Why was the camel not drinking water? This is an example. Another example is, which newspaper are you buying? Third form of present tense is present perfect tense. Now this tense is used in the following ways. First, to express an action that has recently been completed. For example, she has purchased a book. That means the book is purchased by the girl. They have won the match. Second way is to describe an action whose time is not given. Have you read Shakespeare? I have seen the Taj. Third way, to describe past events whose effect still exists. Example, I have finished my work and now I am free. So the event is in the past that the person has finished the work and now he is free. This is the effect. To describe actions that started in the past and are continuing until now and possibly in the future. I have already used this brand of soap. So this started in the past and the person is still continuing and may be possible that it will continue in future. To show how a past situation relates to the present. I have done my homework so I can help you with yours now. So rules for affirmative sentences in present perfect while writing present perfect tense. If your subject is singular, then has plus third form of verb and object. If your subject is plural, then have plus third form of verb plus object. Here we will have to remember that wherever we are using perfect tense, we have to use third form of verb. Earlier, when we are writing simple present tense or present continuous tense, we were using first form of verb. But in perfect, we will be using third form of verb. Example, I am giving you, she has gone to the market or they have bathed. If we are using the pronoun I, then the helping verb will be have. Then rules for negative sentences: singular subject plus has not plus third form of verb plus object. Here along with has we have added not. Same goes with plural subject. We will add not with have plus third form of verb followed by object. Example, I have not called him or the train has not gone. Now, what are the rules for writing interrogative sentences? It will begin, the first way is has or have plus subject plus third form of verb plus object. Another way, starting with a question word plus has or have plus subject followed by third form of verb and object. Example, have they not seen the Taj Mahal yet, or had she gone to Delhi? With question word, the example is what have they eaten today, or why has the peon not come yet? So these are the examples for interrogative sentences. The last form of verb is present perfect continuous tense. Now, how this tense is used? First way is to describe an action that began in the past and is still continuing. Example, they have been staying in the village for a long time. That means the action had already began in past. The people are staying in village and they are still there. So it is still going on. Here you can see along with they, we are using have, which we used in perfect tense. Then staying, this is first form of verb with ing, which depicts continuous tense. Joining them, we are using been. So they have been staying in the village for a long time. Next example is it has been raining since last night. So while writing present perfect continuous tense, always remember to use been along with has and have, and use of since or for depending upon the sentence. Next way is to express an action already completed but whose effect is still continuing. Example, I have been running around for the job all day and am now tired. Now, rules for writing affirmative sentence. Singular subject plus has been. Remember to use been along with has or have plus first form of verb adding ing to it followed by object plus we will be using for or since and then we will be finishing up the sentence. If the subject is plural, then have been plus first form of verb plus ing plus the sentence plus for or since plus object. Example, I am giving you. Arpit has been sleeping since 3 o'clock. Then they have been running for 3 hours. Rules for negative sentences, it will remain same, only not will be used whether the subject is singular or plural. Singular subject plus has not been plus first form of verb plus ing plus for since followed by object, then plural subject plus have not been plus first form of verb plus ing plus for since and followed by object. Example, you have not been suffering from fever for 1 week. Then writing rules for interrogative sentences. Begin with have or has plus subject plus been plus first form of verb adding ing to it, then for or since and object. Another way, question word plus has or have plus subject plus been plus first form of verb ing for or since. Example, have you been sleeping since 8 o'clock, or has he not been living in this house for a long time, or why have they been playing football since morning? So these are all examples of interrogative sentences. With this, we come to the end of the explanation of present tense. In the next video, I will be taking up past tense and future tense.